they were, men running in and out trying to save what they could from the fire building when it was burning down, and the rotunda was just filled with World War One equipment, or rifles and helmets and that sort of thing. And all the rifles, of course, were well oiled, and they were running them across the street to the houses, someplace to put them, and practically ruined Grandma's rugs in all the oil from the rifles and things.
Bet she did not appreciate that.
No, not at all. It didn't bother Grandpa or Dad, but Mother and Grandma just thought it was terrible. What really made it bad, because we had a set of books called the Books of Knowledge. They were for kids, and for some reason or other I had read in there, was fascinated with the last days of Pompeii. And so there's everybody out in the front porch, watching this great fire, and when the dome caved in and everything, and oohing and awing, and I thought all of Salem was burning down. And they finally found me back in Rosa's room, the maid's room, which was the only bedroom on the first floor, hiding behind the bed crying. And just scared silly. It was a fun neighborhood to grow up in.
Yeah.
I grew up playing touch football on Court Street, nice wide street. It wasn't heavy traffic or anything. And gosh, I can remember running down 15th to the Abrams house, which was right on the creek, and they had a bridge that went across the creek that we swung from a rope and dropped into the creek, and just had a wonderful time. It was a fun neighborhood, lots and lots of kids. I had 3 cousins next door, and 2 kids in the Crawfords' house, and the East End kids, and the Buckners didn't have any kids that we played with. But lots and lots of kids. It was, I just loved to hear the clatter of a tin can and a bunch of kids yelling, "Ollie, Ollie, oxen free!" But we played kick the can. And
So how was your house heated? Do you remember growing up?
Wood.
Okay.
When I was a child. My grandmother across the street was sawdust. And they had big hoppers, and sawdust fell down. And I can still hear Dad chopping wood first thing in the morning, getting the fire going before the family got up.
Wow.
My cousin and I, we climbed all over that roof.
You climbed over the roof?
Yes. This big onion dome was her grandfather's architect's office, and it had a round drawing table all the way around with windows all the way around, and that's where he worked up there. And these, big architects, the desks were at least this thick for rolling out huge.
Yeah.
And there was a window there. We'd crawl out the window of the dome and climb all over the roof. Gee whiz.
Your mother giving your mother a heart attack or something.
Just a heart attack, and she never knew that. And it had a wonderful staircase in it. It's went across upstairs and then came downstairs and ended just underneath the upstairs. Boy, was that fun sliding down.
Be careful, you're going to be labeled a holy terror here pretty soon.
Yeah, as soon as Grandma Lang left the house, Clara and I were sliding down that down. Oh, golly.
So when your granddad's Spaulding was running the mills. He ran the mills. He had a paper operation then too?
Oh, he had lumber mills and paper mills, kind of all over the state. Paper mill was the first one, and that was in Newburgh.
Okay.
And the lumber mill here was at the end of Ferry Street.
Okay, right, yeah, where the buildings were out there.
And back then, by the slough came up close to the street there, and wild peppermint grew on the slough. And that area in Salem was called Peppermint Flats, and that was Salem's red light district. And Grandma Spaulding had to buy all the houses in front of the front door of the mill so the female employees could come to work and not get hassled.
Oh,
there
my
was
goodness.
a famous story that I've heard several times. I think it was true, but they neglected to tell me the name. But there was a prominent man in Salem that had a very faithful fox terrier that would follow along behind him when he was on horseback. And somebody was riding down Ferry Street, and so this dog waiting on the front porch of this house had the word shot all over town, and all the men were riding back and forth to be sure that he was in this cat house.
All right.
He was.
He was.
Man's best friend.